That's the companies that have migrated workloads that also process sensitive data into the cloud, and they can use as a reference type of thing. So.
It's a pretty complicated question,
yes, it
actually.
Is. I'm sorry.
So what should go next? I'm actually surprised that everybody chose email to be first, just to be clear, because there's a lot of complication behind collaboration that people don't even take into consideration. But email's been around a while, so it feels comfortable. What I would say is that you're probably consuming a number of infrastructure or software as a service applications in your model today that are looking for a home for central identity management frameworks instead of all these individual usernames and passwords. So I would tell you to take a look at what you're already taking from a provider and try to find a security framework to put around those users so that you own the data and you own the identities that are associated with them. Secondly, I would tell you that without running through some sort of Visio document like Jim showed in his presentation, which is the same thing VMware would do, same thing GTSI's consulting would do, HP's consulting would do, Symantec consulting would do, we need to understand the nuances of an application, not just what's in it and whether it's sensitive, but the interoperability and controls and integration points across the infrastructure, because very few services are just one single instance of something. They're generally more dynamic than that. There needs to be a process, a vetting process that stack ranks per your requirements, what you think should be next. I wouldn't say go ahead and move file sharing out to the cloud, although you can do it pretty safely these days with some federated identity controls. You need to determine whether that is the right thing for you. So what I would tell you is that you should expect from industry this year to become more prescriptive on the integrated solutions that are going to help support that. Secondly, assistance with understanding what's cloud ready, what's not cloud ready, and why you should, whether it's a technology or a financial reason, why you should not do that.
Okay, great, thanks. Scott, thoughts?
I agree with several of those comments, especially the one on email as a service, which with some of the agencies there that I've spoken with, it's interesting because moving the email to the cloud is not necessarily the difficult part, but it's when they look at the interconnected applications, a lot of GOTS applications. I know of one, for example, a very small agency that's got more than 100 different dependencies on, I think it's more than 50 different Exchange servers, and they cannot just quickly move everything to the cloud without maintaining that. So really doing for any application that you're going to be moving to the cloud, really vetting it out on the interdependencies and how to manage it, and then tying that back to the risks and ROIs expected that will help you prioritize a lot of those things. I think when you do your due diligence on projects, you'll end up uncovering a lot of things, and there's a lot more complexities that need to be addressed when you look at those sort of things.